Today officially marks the 79th anniversary of D-Day, the largest amphibious invasion in military history where men literally marched to almost certain death to try to preserve freedom. My question today is, quote, is this what they died for? When we look around at our society in the year 2023, the United States of America, are we currently honoring the greatest generation, right? These were the greatest men and women to have ever lived in our nation's history, at least some of the very best. They were cut from a very rare cloth. Few of us could even come close on our best day to filling their shoes on their worst day. They did things that we simply wouldn't be willing to do, like literally marching to almost certain death. Do we honor their legacy? Is this what they fought for? When you look around and you see, I just made a video on this recently. You look around and you see all of the stuff that's happening for Pride Month. Do you think that they had Pride Month on their mind when they were storming those beaches? Do you think that they had the idea of gender transition surgery for children, the so-called Dutch protocol, where you put them on all of these, chemical castrations and then eventually you start chopping them to pieces once they're old enough? Do you think that that is what they had in mind? Listen, the other day I came across a tweet. Somebody was saying, somebody who claims to be a conservative of all people was saying that, for one, as a transgender, that they are a woman whenever it's a man who's just mutilated his body and convinced himself that he's a woman. So they were saying that they're a woman, which that principle in and of itself would have blown the minds of any of the boys on Normandy. But on top of that, they were saying that it's okay if we chemically castrate children so long as we take them to a bank first. Well, they're not talking about the financial bank to, start some sort of a safety deposit box. We're talking about a sperm bank so that, in their post, I believe it was a 14 or a 15-year-old child, can do that and deposit their sperm into a sperm bank so that we can then castrate them. And they were saying, well, there wouldn't be any consequences after that because of all, after all, they could still, potentially bear offspring and fertilize somebody if they come to regret it. By the way, another video exists on this and a podcast on this. Somewhere around 90% of all children diagnosed with gender dysphoria do eventually grow out of the diagnosis. So there's a very good likelihood. But anyways, do you think that that is what these men fought and died for? Do you think that that honors their sacrifice? Do you think that elections that take 3-4 weeks to be counted and, weird things happening in the middle of the night, do you think that that is what they've, fought and died for? Do we honor their legacy? No. We don't honor their legacy. We spin on it. We constantly make a mockery of it. The modern day left literally tries to destroy any depiction of great men and women throughout history. They try and tear them down because, did you know in the 1940s, the so-called greatest generation, some of them might have been a little bit prejudiced. Did you know that some of them might not have fit today's modern standards of social justice and equity? So they're going to try and tell us that we literally can't honor these people, but do we honor their sacrifice, their actions? Unfortunately, the answer is no. It's time that we get back to the principles that made the greatest generation the greatest generation. It's time that we return to the biblical foundations that this nation was built upon. Until we do that, we're just going to continue seeing more of the same. Make sure today, especially, that you take a second, really think about that question. Let me know your answer in the comments. Do you think that we honor their sacrifice? I don't know. I think the obvious answer is absolutely not. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of the YouTube stuff. It really helps me out an awful lot. Till next time, keep me in your prayers. Keep your country in your prayers. Lord knows we both need them. Take care. God bless.